So I'm just going to give you guys the rundown for today. You did see last night that we did not have all that much luck with the coyote hunting. We keep hearing them in that cornfield. Most of you guys are probably wondering why we just don't go set up on them in that cornfield, and I want to explain to you why we have not. So the way the property lines is with that cornfield, the guy that is the neighboring property, he's pretty strict on rules as far as trespassing and stuff like that. So we don't want to be wrapped up in any of those kinds of problems. So we try to stay away from that. You know, for the simple fact that if we were to shoot one and they run onto his land, you know, he's already told us to, you know, stay away from that, and we don't want any of those issues. So that's the reason we're not hunting that cornfield like we did the first night. We set up the best way we knew how that first night to stay away from his property. So we're trying to figure out right now how we can set up another way to draw them away from that property line far enough to, if they did run when we shoot, they wouldn't cross it. With that being said, today we're going to start out with some shed hunting, and then we're going to progress into the coyote hunting. So we do have a couple other guys that are going to be with us today, and we'll introduce them once we start getting into those activities. We'll see you then. So as you guys can see here, we had just gotten out of the truck and we were walking up the road. The first thing that we ended up running into here was a set of rabbit tracks. This is the first set right here. After examining that first set for a couple seconds, we moved on up the road a little ways. And we actually ran into a second set of rabbit tracks. And what's nice about seeing these rabbit tracks is later this evening we had told you guys that we were going to move into coyote hunting. So seeing these rabbit tracks is a good sign for the coyote. So we moved up the road a little ways and we entered the field entrance, which is the entrance we use to walk into our stands during archery season. Over here to the far right is actually where Matthew's tree stand is. And if you can continue on down this trail down to the other end of the field is actually where my stand is. So coming up here on the right is actually where one of us spotted a fresh buck rub. And we actually went down and inspected it a little closer. As you can see here, I'm walking down to it. When I get down to it, I actually moved the snow from the base of the tree, which you'll see here in the video, me kicking the snow to the side. What I'm doing here is actually moving the snow out of the way so I can see if there is possibly a shed that a deer had dropped. And like we had mentioned before in this video, our goal here was to find sign and sheds. I did not actually end up finding a shed here, but as you guys know, with the snow and the rub that's on the tree, the deer will rub the trees, and at this time of the year their antlers are weak. So when they rub on the tree, it knocks their antlers off, and then obviously in this case the snow would have covered it. So like I said, I'm just moving the snow out of the way to try to find if he had dropped any shed there. And here is me coming back because I did not find anything. After I got back to the trail where the guys are, we continuing up the trail. On the right hand side again, we had found some fresh coyote tracks, which again got us excited for this evening when we transitioned into the coyote hunting. So from this point on, you know, we already had seen fresh rabbit tracks, 2 sets of those, a really nice buck rub. Thought we were going to have a shed, but we did not come out with that. And then we ran into what was coyote tracks. So far, our scouting and shed hunting trip has already been a success in the aspect of fresh sign and tracks for the coyote that we're looking to hunt this evening. Yeah, he's right here. They're fresh ones right here. So what's happening, guys, is we're out here doing a little bit of shed hunting. And we had told you before that we were going to fall into the coyote hunting after. We're actually running into a lot of fresh coyote tracks, which is a good sign. They're all over this field. Maybe we ought to start picking them up during the day. You finding some, Connor? Walking through here and we come across some turkey tracks too, guys. Seeing a little bit of tracks from everything here today. What's up? Anything down there, Connor? Okay. Getting a fair amount of turkey tracks over here. Well, you know what I'm thinking, fellas? Before we get into the coyote hunting, I said before we get into the coyote hunting, I'm thinking with all this fresh sign from turkey right here, maybe we ought to roost a couple. Hey Connor, just come down this way a little bit. I think these birds went that way. They're probably roosting right there in those trees. Thinking they're the trees that they're roosting on. Actually, you know what? Don't worry about it. I want to be able to roost them if we can. I only got a little bit yet, but. Man, those tracks look awful small. Say that again? They were probably here within the last hour or so. It kind of looks like they were headed back the direction we just came. But I know they come back through here at night to roost. Matt used to have a tree stand right there. In the morning, they come up out of those pines right there. Yeah, that's where it's down. It's down there now. So just to fill you guys in, this section of trees right here, actually this exact tree right here, Matthew used to have his tree stand there. And there was a lot of turkey that came out here, but we didn't have much action on deer. So we ended up moving it down this way. He's right in this area now, right in here. He's seen a lot of deer there. He's had a lot of action. Hey Connor, if you come over on that wood line to your left right there, bunch of buck rubs all the way down that. You're gonna find one probably every 20 to 30 yards. Whatever buck that was, man, he was hitting it hard during the rut this last year. See that big one right there in front of you? Well, we made it about halfway down this field. No luck so far. I've seen a lot of fresh sign for both the coyote that we're trying to hunt tonight and the turkey that we're trying to hunt in the spring. So we know we're both here, or they are both here, which gives me hope. And I knew they were here. I've seen them both. It's been a while since I have, so seeing that they put some fresh sign out here makes me a lot happier. Ooh, snow's a little deep in some places still. Yeah, that's another one right there. Yeah, they come back and they freshen them up, but right now they're making them so they can drop their horns. I haven't seen much fresh tracks over here though. I don't see any fresh tracks over here though. I think we're gonna run into more fresh sign when we get down to this other end. But when we go back this way, did you see possibly where the turkey tracks come out of? So they might have flew down or flew out. Hey, guys want to come back this way? Okay.
We're back. We've seen a couple tracks from a couple coyotes. What else did we see? Turkey trails.
Quite a bit of turkey tracks, yeah. I've seen that. They looked really small. Did you guys notice that? They were kind of small. But I asked Connor if he's seen, you know, where they come from over here on the wood line, and he didn't see anything on that side. So I'm thinking maybe they flew out. So what I'm hoping is either when we get down, you guys can see it behind these guys, this wood line right here. That's where we start usually seeing the most fresh sign. We see a lot of deer come out through there, and I can actually see tracks from here.
And you can see the buck rub all the way over there on that tree.
Yeah, I can see these guys think I'm messing with them, but I'm gonna zoom in on it right now and I can see it. There's a buck rub right there on that tree. So, and I'll show it to you when we get closer. But we're about 3/4 of the way through this field, and really all we've come up with is fresh sign.
We'll probably head over the cornfield and then let you know what goes on there.
Yeah.
Try not to roll any ankles or tear ACLs.
We're gonna finish this field out, and then we're gonna turn back around and walk it back. When we walk it back, we're gonna follow this left-hand side over here up pretty heavy, so we can see where those turkey tracks come out, and then at least confirm for sure that they did fly down. So we'll get back with you guys when we get down here farther. So we were walking down the field edge here, and Connor spotted some more coyote tracks. And I think they're the same ones that we've been following. Looks like they come from all the way over on the other side there and kind of just worked their way down over in here. I don't know if they caught whiff of it, but we got a couple dead calves here. And that's what they've been snacking on. So, they're definitely bad. What do you think of that, boys?
I don't know, kind of screwed up.
It's kind of messed up, but nature of the beast.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, looks like they come right out through here. That's where they probably went in by the looks, maybe. So let's walk down in this opening here, guys.
Oh, dude.
I marked a couple of waypoints on Onyx here during the season. This right here used to be a trail. There used to be a deer trail right in here. And I think I might have marked a tree down in here. Yeah, those coyotes, they went right through here. I don't know, boys. I'll tell you what. We've seen a lot of fresh signs for these coyotes.
Might be bringing them in.
And a lot of rabbit too, so I almost wonder if the cottontail and distress that we're going to use tonight will work pretty well. seen a lot of rabbit tracks right next to coyote tracks. I do know he only owns so far down this. Once we crest this knoll right here is basically where he stops. Yeah, they're coming right up out of this. And that's, I'm telling you, that's not like very old, man.
This morning, probably.
Maybe this morning. I don't know. We might have screwed up by not coming here this morning. Hey, it gives us an idea for our next time.
Hey, we're back, and we got my cousin here, Anthony. We just had stumbled upon some dead calves, so we're kind of pretty sure on what we're gonna do tonight for coyote hunting. We're gonna put the call down over here so that goes throughout the valley. They know they're there, so we're gonna set up somewhere over there, and hopefully we can get something. We'll get back to you in a few.
Walking back to the truck, and we spotted some more fresh turkey tracks. You can obviously tell that this one's a tom. It's right here next to the road.
There's some more down here.
Yeah, they come right across right here. That's where they come through. They come across right here, guys. So there was a couple groups with a couple toms. You see where they're coming, right across from out over there.
You know he's a big boy too, because he's dragging right to the next track.
So, what that also tells me, now we have a location on where they're roosting. They're over here during the day. They're coming, well, if you look at the tracks are headed this way.
Yeah.
So they're coming off a roost down in here. Actually, no, probably what's happening is they're spending most of the day over in this. They're heading back this way now. They're roosting up in this stuff. And do you remember, Matthew, all the times we've seen them roost right up here in this corner?
Oh, yeah.
There's that cornfield right up on the back of that. They're probably roosting right up in there.
Right in the edge of it.
So, another setup for the upcoming season. Deer.
What's that thing in the middle?
It's two tracks next to each other. Small one. Well, we made it back to the trucks. We walked this whole field. Really all we come up with is fresh sign. But that's fine. It helps us out the upcoming season and tonight. So we've seen fresh turkey sign, we've seen fresh coyote sign, and we ended up coming across the dead calves that are half eaten, which is kind of messed up, but like I said, it's the way nature is. So we're gonna hang out here at the trucks for a little while and get the guns loaded up, make our final game plan for what we're gonna do for our set for the coyotes. But that's kind of where we're at. Let's go over to the guys and see what they think. Oh, fellas, give me a little bit of a feedback.
Fun. Worth it, seeing a lot of fresh sign. Now we have a
Got a better,
pretty good spot for the.
say we got a better look into what we're gonna be hunting.
Not only that, but now we know where those calves are. I'm gonna set up for coyotes.
What do you think? You don't
Exactly
think much
what
of
they
anything?
I mean, seeing a lot of fresh tracks and not just
gives us a better sign of where they're at.
Absolutely. I'm real stoked about those fresh turkey tracks. And that one being a couple of them being a big tom.
We brought dinner and we could have had a nice family dinner.
That's where we skeet shoot. Well, we're gonna take a break here, get our guns loaded up, and get set up for our coyote sit. We'll get back to you when we're there. Back into our first sit. Connor's going over and he's gonna set that call or decoy out as he's walking. We're doing a range test. You can see right now it says we're still in range. We read it on the box. The guy told us that it was good for 100 yards. The box actually says 300. So we're gonna test that out. Got Anthony, he's using the 17 HMR. Matt's back there with the AR again. Connor ended up bringing his 243. I'm just gonna call and record. But this is back into the spot where we showed you guys all that fresh sign earlier. And looks like Connor found the spot for the call.
We're gonna lay down right here in this grass.
There it is right there. Nope, I think what we're gonna do is, I don't know if we want to lay right down in this grass or if we want to get over in that. Yeah, let's go. We'll sit right here, right in this patch. Okay. But what the tricky part about this is we're gonna shine that right there. Once we shine that and you see eyes, you guys got to be on it. Because once that beam hits that, they're gonna be looking. So when I say I'm gonna shine, you guys will be looking. Feeling pretty confident, boys. Push the buttons on the ends.
Right here?
Yep. Push it and pull them at the same time. They look like a good spot.
In the middle of
Okay. Okay. Alright, we'll get back with you guys when we're on something. We'll start calling here and get set up in a minute. So guys, we just got up to the spot, about ready to toss out some calls, and we actually heard some turkeys roosting in the trees. As we talked about earlier, we saw turkey prints, and we figured out where they're roosting. We're trying to get them to gobble back now. Alright guys, so we've been set up here for probably about 30-35 minutes. Threw out a couple calls. We're not hearing anything back tonight. One exciting thing, you guys did see that Connor was showing you the turkey flying up in the roost. Couldn't get them to gobble back either, but we seen them, we heard them, we know where they're at. I'm just trying to get these coyotes to answer back at us, and we're not having much luck at it. We're set up exactly where we showed you guys earlier. Our call is actually probably only about 80 yards from us now. We had a little bit of a problem with it. Kept telling us it was out of range, so that the call wouldn't pick up the remote wouldn't pick up the call and play the calls. So we moved in a little closer. You can go ahead and call, Connor. Hey, did you hear that? Wait, did you hear that, Matt?
I heard it.
Over to our right, we got one yipping.
Oh, we
Hit it, hit it,
distress.
hit it, yep. Here? Is it stuck on repeat? I'll just stop it for a minute. Anthony, swing yourself over to that left a little bit. We got one yipping right up over this hump. It's gonna be your shot if he comes in. I mean, you don't have to get crazy with the moving. You can just, get yourself comfortable for a shot that way. So I was literally just telling you guys that we haven't heard much back from him. And I think we literally just heard him, or whatever it is. We just heard him howl from our far right, which I'm thinking is over by that cornfield again. Yeah, go ahead, hit him with something again. Get those coyotes yipping again.
It's the rabbit in distress.
Jackrabbit in distress. You heard him, right, Connor? He went off 3 times.
Yeah. Cottontail jackrabbit.
Yep. Just do the jackrabbit.
There's only cottontail. Second cottontail. Point it this way a little bit. For some reason it works.
Yeah, get the volume back up. We're still having some troubles with this call here. Like I said earlier, on the box it says it's good for 300 yards. We started at probably 100 and it kept telling us it was out of range. We're at 80 right now and it still says we're out of range, so having a little bit of a problem with it. That was a good one. Yeah, you'll see him, You'll see him right on that horizon right there. You didn't hear it, Matt. We went 3 times.
I heard it like
Okay. And it literally sounded like it was over by the cornfield.
So they got some distance to close here, but. So this is really what seems to happen, you know. What's that? Huh? Oh. I'm just saying this is really what seems to happen. It seems like every time we get set up, we get into them, you know, we hear them. And they call a couple times, and then they shut up. That to me, you know, I would think that they're moving in. But, you know, the distance that coyote would have to close is not that much. They say, you know, 15 minutes. If he's committed, he's going to be here. To wait up to 30 minutes and really not much longer, because after that you're wasting your time. So if there's any fellow coyote hunters out there, you guys want to give us some tips and possibly some pointers, you might know what we're doing wrong. We'll take the advice. What do you guys think? It was over in that same spot, over by that cornfield. I mean, it would make sense. We seen the tracks coming from down in here, and they went that direction. They come from the calf. Well, we're gonna give it a few more minutes here, and we're gonna wrap up. We'll get back to you guys when we're at the truck, and we'll let you know what goes on. If any activity happens before then, we'll make sure you guys catch it.
Alright guys, so we're back to the house. We ended our sit a little early. We ended up hearing a couple howl back at us. I think we're doing something wrong. I'm not 100% sure what it is. That's why I asked you guys for some feedback. So what happens is we get in there, we get set up, and we start calling. We're calling, and they ended up answering us back. They do every time they answer. They shut up. They quit howling, and it seems like probably 20 to 25 minutes go by, and we don't hear or see nothing. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I did ask for some feedback from you guys. If you guys are, you know, more into this than we are, we're kind of new to it, so we'll take any advice we can get. But yeah, we didn't really strike anything up, didn't have much luck. We did do the shed hunting at the beginning of it. You guys seen there, a lot of fresh shine. Turkey tracks was the most exciting. That's the season that's coming up next, so that really got us stoked. We did get the fresh coyote sign, which got us stoked for tonight, but you know, we didn't end up striking up with anything. So yeah, that's kind of where we're gonna leave off with that.
And as Colin said, I mean, we had plenty of fresh tracks, and you know, we got to, as you'll see in the video, we got to see turkeys roost, and you might be able to hear them, but we tried our luck. Got a few calls back, but nothing really in our luck. See you next time.
Thank you.